Agriculture used to be the mainstream income earner of Nigeria's economy in the pre-independent era. Cash trees were of enormous resource value, from palm produce and rubber in the Midwestern region to cotton and groundnuts in the north and cocoa in the west/southeast. The East equally boasted of coal, a mineral resource that fired the energy sector, both in export and for the use of local locomotives. But the discovery of oil at Oloibiri in the Ogbia local government area of Bayelsa State on the 15th of January 1956 changed the entire revenue generation dynamics and mentality of governance to making oil the mainstay of the Nigerian economy post-independence and accounting for the highest income value chain, being a predeterminant of our annual budgetary input. However, the Olusegun Obasanjo military regime of 1976 brought in Operation Feed the Nation, a program that brought about food sufficiency but also lacks the power of absolute diversification of the economy through agriculture. In 1979, the Alhaji Shehu Shagari democratic rule sustained the Obasanjo agricultural program via the Green Revolution program. Despite these laudable programs and attempt to diversify the economy, its sustenance was a ruse in the end, as there were no clear-cut sustainable templates for succeeding administrations by an act of parliament. The petrodollar derived from oil continued to play dominant economic roles and created an opaque vision for our leaders. But the crashing of international crude oil price in 2015, the Nigerian government again have no choice but to take a look again at ways to diversify the economy. Again, agriculture remained the only alternative. It became a cardinal policy thrust for the President Buhari-led administration, and of course ensuring that the mono economy becomes a multifaceted economy via agriculture as it continued to frown against the huge importation-dependent economy that was previously run. It is against this backdrop of the various narratives and analysis that Bugabi Integrated Farms and Allied Produce Limited was duly registered on the 21st of February 2018 with RC number 1473187 at the Corporate Affairs Commission, primarily to cultivate and process yam, cassava, fish, palm produce, and more, acquiring over 700 acres of land in Delta State to support the USAID to federal government policy on agriculture, creating employment, ensuring food sufficiency, and to contribute to the GDP. In assessing these over 3,000 acres of Bugabi farmland spread across more than 5 local government areas of Delta State, our first port of call was at the Bugabi Farms located close to the Owena-Benin River Basin Authority. This is situated at Ewilu in Delta State. It is indeed a vast organic yam and cassava farm cultivated, stretching forth within 600 acres and deepens the foresight of Chief Ebikeme Bozin, the chairman CEO of Bugabi Integrated Farm and Allied Products, in propagating the smart agenda of the Okowa-led administration on agriculture and of course complementing the federal government's pursuit on a diversified economy by expanding the scope of mechanized farming. The director, Mr. Justin Ezonfadem, further explains that this farm is expected to be an all-year-round farming hub propelled by irrigational farming systems owing to its proximity to the Owena-Benin River Basin Authority. In this regard, he explains, irrigational water tankers are placed and sunk in strategic areas of the farm to ensure perennial cultivation. But the story of Bugabi Farms would not be complete without a visit to the vast arable land it has cultivated at Olo, Ogwashi, under the Delta State Communal Farmland Project, exclusively for the cultivation of cassava, another great foreign exchange earner across the globe. This farm is meant to meet the needs of Nigeria's teeming population on the use of garri. The Agoloma in Patani local government area and Escravos in Warri South local government area are designated for massive fish farming, palm produce, amongst others. Bugabi Farms, having exposed its directors to available seminars by the United States of America agricultural agents and the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, and of course other related agricultural bodies, is set to give best agricultural standard practice that would ensure pest control and yields that definitely defines what agriculture is about. One of the high points of Bugabi Integrated Farms and Allied Products Limited is the rice farming proposed at Ila and Ebu communities in the Oshimili North local government area of Delta State. In collaboration with the Owena Benin River Basin Authority, the over 800 acres of rice farm combined is meant to harvest about 12,000 metric tons of rice annually, employing well over 100 rice farmers, which will keep its rice mills at the Bugabi factory on Okpanam really active. The farming approach of Bugabi Farms is in two folds. First, it is the collaborative efforts of the Delta State government and the federal government through its river basin authorities. And the second is a private initiative which allows Bugabi to collaborate with the various communities. And of course, strategically, a factory is being situated commercially and that will be open to all other farmers who would process, store, and bag their products. And talking about this great factory, the factory will serve as an administrative point, and of course, like I earlier said, will also be for processing. Now, it is situated opposite the Asaba International Airport at the Okpanam axis. This factory is expected to actually be the hub of all farmers in that zone. The vision of Bugabi Farms remains a threshold for employment of youth, food security and sufficiency, and complementing the federal government and the Delta State government efforts at empowering the youth through sustainable agriculture. In this regard, the following is worthy of note. At Gbaramatu Kingdom, the farm boasts of 107 acres of farmland comprising of 3 communities. They are Azama, Enekora, and Opoide. They are meant to actually fire the vision of Bugabi Farms in coconut plantation and other related cash trees, including palm trees. 500 acres of farmland is situated at Agoloma in the Patani local government area for various multifaceted agri-products comprising of livestock, which has to do with piggery, poultry, and other related cropping. Now, that will also include fishing as well. At Ogbolu, a community that is not too far from the Delta State capital, a large chunk of land has been acquired for fish farming and livestock farming as well. All soil tests and relevant agro-based observations have been carried out in deciding crop type suitability in each of the given environment. In this regard, a coconut plantation stroke palm tree is equally proposed at Osisa. The over 3,000 acres of land used for Bugabi Farms is as follows. The Delta State communal farmland at Ogwashuku in Anocha South local government areas provides about 95 acres. Of this amount, 25 acres have been cultivated for cassava. At the Benin Owena River Basin Authority, 10 acres of yam and cassava has been cultivated as well. Agoloma Town community land in Patani boasts of 600 acres meant for cassava and palm oil production. At Azama and Inukora in Warri South local government area, 51 acres of land is being proposed for palm oil production. Opoida community in the Warri South local government area has 52 acres of land meant for coconut plantation. The Benin Owena River also boasts of 1,000 acres of land for rice farming. This is being aggregated from the Ebu and Ila communities. In Osisa community in the Ndokwa East local government area, another 1,000 acres of land is being put together for palm oil production and of course crops and fish farming. At Afo community in the same Ndokwa East local government area, another 1,000 acres of land is being proposed specifically for cassava production. the full automation of these farms will largely bring about huge employment and self-sufficiency in food production and bring about sustainable agricultural programs, not just for students of agriculture, but also for local farmers. Finance. But these lofty attempts towards complementing the federal government's agricultural policy and to ensure food sufficiency for the state and the country may not meet its objectives if the necessary funds are not acquired. From the administrative factory to the processing factory, and of course the acquisition of equipment such as tractors, latest equipment in the agricultural industry, haulage vehicles, farmhouses, procurement of seedlings, establishment of poultries and hatcheries, and construction of living homes for these farmers will definitely require a whole lot of finance. In this direction, Bugabi Farms will need the support of all federal government agencies and of course have access to federal government programs that will in turn give it the breather to acquire the required finances and of course towards establishing this lofty farming program. It is postulated that Bugabi will need close to 100 million naira to consolidate its plans in various phases towards ensuring that Bugabi contributes to the GDP of the country and ensure food security for all.